Hello, welcome to this video cast. We're gonna be talking about my favourite thing today, the nature of reality and consciousness, and why we have reincarnation. So we'll get into it. Best way to start for me. But we have got to remember the base form of our reality is waveform information. Think Wi-Fi. Like a computer decodes Wi-Fi and sees pictures, or we do. And only on the screen is that one is this when we decode it. So think Wi-Fi. That cosmic Wi-Fi gets turned into electrical information, digital information, holographic information into the world that we see. Do I believe we live in a matrix? Yeah. There is a prime reality that we all come from, and we all hopefully go back to one day. But a lot of souls, when they pass away, don't get there. I mean, I follow a lot of paranormal ghost hunting, so I know definitely don't get there. And that's only one level. That's the lowest level that people really don't really go to. There is another level. If we're and still obviously reincarnation on that level, but there's other levels where you pass away, you reincarnate, and I think you can reincarnate at any point in any timeline. But you keep reincarnating and having these bodies, whether it be human, man, woman, rocks, plants, cats, birds, whatever. Everything's consciousness. So I do believe it was manipulated, and this electromagnetic spectrum, which is 0.005%, which is so tiny it's laughable. That's the wall of the matrix. They don't want you to think beyond that. That's why it's always, we can't go faster than the speed of light. Well, we can. Speed of thought, instant, and you can't have a faster speed in all possibility. It's ridiculous. And I think that was manipulated into the matrix, into the world that we decode. Now, the Gnostics talks about the Archons. Yaldabaoth, meaning Prince, Ruler, or Seed. You've got the Jinn in Islam or pre-Islamic belief. You've got the demons in Christianity. The American shaman called it, fly is just a name. You've got the Chitauri, children of the serpent, in the Zulu belief. You've got there's loads of concepts, but Native American concept called Watiko. I use that as a consistent Watiko, which is like a mind virus, which is all describing this force, which is consciousness. It's part of the great whole. It's deeply distorted, deeply malevolent, deeply imbalanced. And that is the lower astral planes, the lowest frequency, the lowest of the low, if you will. And that's where they took over and turned it. Well, people got the power away at the time, turned it into a matrix. But there is a reality that'll always be there. That I believe David Icke experienced on his DMT experience. The dazzling darkness, all stillness. Because people think things are removed to Beatles, but they don't. It's like a dazzling darkness and all stillness and all possibility waiting to manifest. And that's what David Icke experienced. I've mentioned before, Dr. Alexander had a near-death experience. He experienced this, and he talked about it with the astral planes, the reptilian entities pushing past him. Obviously, at that point, they don't take form, they can take form. And they also talked about serpentine reptilian and the greatest names, and many of the forms of tech, but that's the dominant one. So he experienced went through all these different things and lower astral planes and probably like prime reality. They got to see I think he called it the dazzling darkness. It was still the sole possibility to manifest. It is up because we're all this as we can be. But he also experiencing reality where we obviously there's also the ghostly side with in this astral plane still, but in spirit form. David Atkins plays it better than me, and on the other level where we do get pierced, we do reincarnate. He experienced it all. And he got from, he was at neurosurgery, I think he still is, but he contracted a form of meningitis that was so bad he shouldn't have lived. And he was a real skeptic in this, obviously, as well. And people that have near-death experience, obviously, are just surgery going, oh yes, very interesting, a lot of rubbish. And I say, he in fact died for 7 days, experienced all this. He called the astral plane the earthly worm view. I'll just call it the astral plane, so. You know, this Boutique, he experienced it all, and this, going through the different realms of shining blackness, dazzling darkness. No vibration, no stillness, all possibility to manifest. Where he experienced that all infinite love is the only truth, everything else is illusion. David Artis took a female form, I suppose I don't know. Consciousness, I think he's mad, and experienced all that, which is prime reality. And other entities have come in to help into human form because they can't incarnate, but it's not like a constant reincarnation. Also, we've chose it from that experience, specific experience, to help humanity to bring this nonsense to an end. So yeah, because this reality is just one of endless realities. Because people say, do aliens exist? Well, yeah, they exist outside the, you know, people look for the realities in the 0.005%. Ridiculous, I mean, but look at the diversity we have in this world, in the human form, in the animal form, and insects, wildlife, water, everything's consciousness. But outside of that 0.005%, it's infinite. It has no beginning, it has no end. But energy cannot be created or destroyed, it just exists, that we exist. As one. So, I do believe we're going to return this and make a better world, but we need to keep working hard at it. These marches in London need to get bigger than the last one. I mean, obviously this is going on YouTube, so I'm just trying to keep it to the edge of reality. Because it does go to the paranormal, but it's not really paranormal, it's actually more normal than what we experience, but it's, lots of more fascinating yet beyond the norm. And the world is not solid. You know, it has those, because we look at things as a part, if you look at quantum physics, we're all connected. And the world and us and everything is made of atoms. And atoms have no solidity, so therefore the world cannot be solid. It's holographic, the human body is holographic. That's why you get these energetic healers in acupuncture and all this. And Reiki healers, energetic healers. All these wonderful people that do wonderful and amazing things. And I'm actually sat on, I'll say, Sheffield's Canal. I mean, I'm looking around, I can see bin lorries just pulling up. I can see boats, I see water, rocks, sky. But really, it only exists this when we decode it. I decode it into a solid world. It's a holographic world. It's just waveform, like Wi-Fi, and I decode it into this. But he has no solidity. I mean, I don't know with the dark energy drop matter stuff out. David Atkinson slightly differently. But usually it's consistent. If Billick says it's merely matter condensed through low vibration, what it is. That's why ghosts and entities can come in. Think to radio stations. And you've got the dominant one, and they can come in, you know, and then you see them on a peripheral space with ethereal. Sometimes you see them by apparition. Mediums can see them anyway, more, you know, even when they're not in our reality. But when we see a full-blown apparition, they've come into our reality. It's very rare for that to happen. I was watching Paranormal show on Iconic, and that's on YouTube, called Paranormal. No, they're called The Haunted Hunts, and it was the second series, and they're in Chester. And as they arrived, people got whiffs that they were filming there, and there were a lady wanted to speak called Marianne Campbell, and they were a bit didn't want to meet and a bit nervous, and they went with it. There's a place in Chester apparently called the Rose. I ain't been there, or not in this job, so I'll just be when I was little amount. But they're called the Rose. They couldn't get any information other than the name was Marianne Campbell. Anyway, they turned up. Dan the name is the guy who's the lead investigator of filming. And she said, I think it's his sister actually, she said, just whatever happens, we keep filming. And she pulled up, dressed all in black. But looked a bit old fashioned. You could see her facial features. And he went, are you Marianne? And she went, I believe you researched the ghosts of Chester. I know all the ghost stories of Chester. The old ones and the new ones. And they got talking and she was, in the end, she got along to the show goodbye. He wouldn't shake hands. She went, goodbye. Walked off into that, never seen again. So they tried to do some digging, and Becky actually said, I thought this was one of the spirits of the city. And I think I guess it might be the second episode in, to find out there's a name, creepy name on it, Marianne Campbell. And to cut a long story short, at the end of the series, she had a book out. I believe she was one of the spirits of the city that interacted with this reality. I know David Holtz had it when he went to Psychic Medium for his coach who out in London. But it's just because there were no mobiles for quite a while ago. To speak, and this woman taps me on the shoulder and says your trade's not leaving there, and she knew. And I think spirits can interact with us. Yeah. So the nature of reality as well, but the prime reality is because there's malevolent entities what either take form or don't, and there's benevolent. The malevolent morals are supposed to be like it, but the base form of our reality is joy, love, happiness, peace, love, harmony. The balance, not the imbalance, it's the balance and the nature of reality. So, life's much more fascinating when you get beyond the norm. Normal's all normal experience. So, yeah, when we realise that we stop giving us power to it, giving us power away, we take his power back, tune into the right energy, the right love, joy, frequency, like you see in the marches. I'm going to try and get to one, we'll see how it goes on 24th. You see a very different energy, a very different world, very different, also very different energy. And that's one we need to tune into to make the world a better place. So, yeah. So, very interested when you get into the nature of reality, quantum physics, how it works, everything's connected to the world, not solid, waveform information, all that. Because I keep hearing this, the weather's actually turned warm, that's why it's going to be dopey. Oh, is it a heat wave coming? Well, because they look at it linear. Oh, it's got to be X, Y, Z target. Is the base form of our reality waveform? Yeah. And just all weather patterns moving waveform, yeah. Is it hot? Is it warm? Yeah. Well, therefore it's a heat wave then, isn't it? It's not linear. Does my head in. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Alright. Take care. See you later. Take care. See you later. Bye. 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 Bye.